Welcome back to the channel. How are you? This morning we want to talk a little about the justice system. At least in my country, I don't know about yours. And the 5-word sentence that no person who stands before a judge wants to hear. Stay with me, we're going to talk about that. Persons go before the judge, Your Honor, for many different reasons. It can be from the most trivial matters to very serious situations. There are 5 words that no one wants to hear. And they are not, I find you guilty. Those are three words, to that sentence. But we're talking about the 5-word sentence that no one who stands before a judge wants to hear. And I didn't even realize the seriousness of these 5 words until, a couple of years ago. I was working at this bakery and I was busy minding my own business. There is a bar that is adjoining the bakery, and another lady, she was attending her business also. So she had customers, and it was about 11 o'clock in the a.m. So persons come to, imbibe and all of that, and that's fine. I'm there minding my own business. She's there minding her own business. The streets are busy. People just going about their own way. In earlier years, just maybe when I left high school, I started something to do with the legal system though. And I was doing now the prerequisite courses, because in high school I didn't do anything along that line. But somehow I figured that because I chat so much, and I like to do research, I might make a great assistant. No, not a full-fledged lawyer, but maybe a legal assistant. Growing up, we have seen persons going to court. Myself has gone on matters that, I have to stand before the judge in situation for myself. And you can't decide whether you will end up in court or you will not end up in court. Because for any of many reasons you can be a landlord, you can be a witness in a situation, you can be the accused, you can be the person who's taking someone else to court, any of many reasons. But the person who stands accused is the one who's in the hot seat. That is the person who really does not want to hear these 5 words. No, sir. That person doesn't want to hear that 5-worded sentence at all. That 5-worded sentence, that sentence is worse than the judge saying to you, I find you guilty. There is a case that is quite active now in my country, and it involves about 30 persons and 1 trial judge. So this case has piqued my interest because 30 persons accused of whatever activities, and there's only 1 trial judge, no juror. No, there's no jury sitting at all. The decision is his to make. So I don't know anything about the legal system, as I say, so I don't know whether this is a landmark case or it has been done elsewhere. I don't know. But it's a high-profile case. It is big. So some persons now are being freed of the charges. The judge, maybe last week, a week before, he walked out of the court and, was like, this is not a puppet show. So apparently the prosecution is not providing the type of evidence that he needs. Because here they have called him out to sit as a trial judge, and he figures that they are making fun of the situation. The prosecution is, unprepared. So he figured that they are wasting his time. All right then. So it brought me now to recall the words that I heard a couple of years ago has been the worst 5 words that the judge can say to you. I'm going to tell you, when you stand before a judge and, he is listening to you, he probably even find favor with you. When he has listened and the evidences are brought against you and he has to be looking at the evidence, he looks at the evidence, he looks at you, and then he draws his own conclusion. he probably gets so very upset with you that he's gonna find you guilty and sentence you to the max, not because of the crime that was committed, but because he figures that you should not have been here for this. You acted in stupidity. You should not have been here standing before me. I'll tell you now, I was at work in the bakery when the lady from the bar, she ran inside and she said, come, listen to this. Come listen, here's this man telling me something. So of course, I went with her into the bar. Yes, I abandoned my task and went with her. So there was this elderly man, maybe in his 60s there. And she said, tell June what you just told me about the judge. And he said, I'll tell her. So I said, no. Before you tell me who you are. He said he's a retired clerk of the court. He has authority then to speak to me about what the judge's worst sentence or statement to an accused might be. I didn't want to be wasting no time to listen to a drunkard telling me some stupidity. So I wanted to establish that he was in authority to speak. So the man said, buy me a drink. I said, really? I said, all right. And I said, serve him what he wants. And with I saying that now, he said, all right, so we will both drink. Early morning, 11 o'clock, all right. So we're there rambling and perambling and so forth. I said, okay, tell me what 5-word sentence the judge could have said to someone that is worse than saying you are guilty and I am sentencing you to the maximum. He said, okay, so you're standing before the judge and he assesses you. More than likely, he had some information on your background, so he knows who you are. You're not just there standing, he has some information on you, so he knows who you are. I said, okay. He said, when he reads your statement to the police, right there and then he decides whether or not you are a part of what is happening. But then the court has to be held, the situation has to be penned out in court and discussions held between or among lawyers. Having listened to all of that, then the judge now has to make his decision, and he's going to admonish you, he's going to quarrel with you, and he's going to tell you the reason that he finds you guilty. But outside of those, when he says to you, you should have known better, those are the worst words. Whether you should have known better than to give that type of statement, you should have known better than to be involved in this type of situation, whatever comes before or after those words, it is saying to you, you are stupid. And I am not even gonna find you guilty based on the case that is in front of me. It is more because of your stupidity. You should have known better. You should have known better than to give this type of statement. You should have known better than to be involved in this type of crime. You should have known better than to present this type of evidence. You should have known better than to have stolen from this person, whatever it is. When he says to you, you should have known better, he's not finding you guilty because of the crime that you had committed. He is more so finding you guilty and will give you the maximum sentence because of your stupidity. You should have known better. When the man said that to me, I was amazed. I was like, really? How could a judge, look past what crime was committed and even the evidence against a person to decide based on some other knowledge that the person should have known better? He said, well, that is how it is. Whenever you hear any person saying to you that the judge said that, the judge is very annoyed, is very upset. The judge probably likes you as a person, but you are stupid, and he intends to tell you that you are stupid. So that's the 5-worded sentence that no accused wants to hear. My friends, I hope you have learned something. I hope that I was able to pique your interest a little bit into the legal system. The case in court in my country, many of the persons are walking free. There are many writings on this case in question. It is happening this year. 30 accused, or more than 30 accused. My friends, be blessed, stay focused. My name is June. I am sending you love, enough love from Jamaica. Until next video, walk good.